Hey guys, Scott back again with a new beer dissection video. What I have for you today is from the Captain Lawrence Brewing Company called Citra Dreams. Okay, it's called their hazy IPA. I'm sure I'll have pictures popping over my shoulder like I usually do. It's a double dry hopped with Citra hops. Okay, so obviously we're expecting some citrus character here. Which is not a big secret here. It's coming in at 7% alcohol. Of course, we got these 1 pint cans. I've never had this before. I've never had beers from Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. I'm not even sure where they are located. If I can find it on the can quickly here, I'll tell you. I think it's in New York, though. I think it's in Southern New York, but Captain Lawrence Brewing Company, Elmsford, New York. Okay, I've seen it around before. This is the first time I think I've seen it online. I get some of my deliveries now from an outside group that has it. So we'll check this thing out. All right. So I just got my normal tulip pint glass here. Okay. Okay. The market's been flooded with New England IPAs, especially hazy IPAs over the last decade or so. So it's not always my first choice of styles, but especially since doing these reviews, I obviously got to try them all out, to try to give those that are interested some information about it. So let's take a look at this. Poured it pretty aggressively like I usually do. We've got 2-3 inches of pretty dense, thick head of foam. It's almost meringuing a little bit on top, if you can kind of see it a little bit there, but very good, nice looking. Okay, let's take a sniff of the aroma. Oh, you got like a little, there's definitely some citrus and grapefruit, but not very strong on the grapefruit. It's almost like more tropical fruit, like pineapple, mango. Again, not that you can perceive the pithiness from like a grapefruit or an orange, but you kind of get that sensation of that when you're sniffing it here. Very pleasant though. Like I said, some citrus, grapefruit, a little more pineapple, maybe even a little mango in there. Pretty neutral malt profile, so kind of that white bread, maybe biscuit at the very most, cracker aroma, pretty neutral, but pretty pleasant. One thing I didn't mention to show you is the color on it. We got that typical haze, dark straw to light gold color. Remember the haze, if you're new to my channel, I always talk about that a lot of these brewers are using oats and unmalted wheat as the proteins creates to the haze, as well, of course, the copious amounts of hops that have the polyphenols and hop matter that float in there, and sometimes yeast to a certain degree, especially if it hasn't flocculated out completely. Flocculation is when the yeast drops during fermentation, clarifies the beer a little bit. But this style of beer being a hazy, of course, you would expect this haze. If this was a West Coast IPA, that would definitely be way too hazy, but looks good from here. Other aromas I'm getting, almost like a lemongrass type of thing. That may be from the citrus, and then a little earthy, but mostly dominant. And that's, using Citra hops, you definitely would expect citrus aromas, but pretty nice. One of the better smelling ones that I've had in a little bit. Just checking the head on here, retention, looking pretty good. All right, guys, so cheers. Just stick with the carbonation first. Kind of medium carbonated, pretty smooth. Like I'm not getting any alcoholic warmth. Again, similar biscuity, doughy, white bread, cracker-like malt, but you still get that citrus, little grapefruit, tropical fruit. I always get kind of that pineapple, mango kind of tropical fruit on this beer, especially with Citra hops. I get that a lot. Bitterness is moderate. With a New England IPA, remember the bitterness is going to usually be more subdued, like low to moderate. Usually that 10 to 30 IBU unit range, international bitterness units, versus say a West Coast IPA or something that's more American IPA, which can kind of start sitting more like 60, 70, 80, or double IPA up to 100. So with New England IPAs, that's usually one of the big distinguishing things other than just being hazy. Very nice though. Like I said, really no astringency. It drinks pretty smooth. It actually drinks a little bit lighter than a 7%. It probably drink closer to like 4%. Pretty nice though. Again, not even that. Even though I was perceiving it on the aroma, I don't get that astringency or that pithy kind of tartness that sometimes you'll get, that I almost feel like I'm eating the white pith from a grapefruit or an orange, which we don't have that. Very nice though. One of the better ones I've had recently. So, grading wise, some of you guys like my grades. I definitely give this an A. At the very worst, maybe an A minus. It's just easy drinking for a New England IPA, especially at 7%, because you start pushing, beyond that sessionable stage. But if you like kind of citrus, grapefruit, but not overdone with the grapefruit. It's not like I'm drinking the sludge or grapefruit juice, because it has a good tropical fruit character in there too, more like a pineapple, mango. You like those types of New England IPAs, I would recommend this for you. If you want something with more grapefruit, I'd go somewhere else. If you want something more orange, mandarin, maybe orange Julius, things like that, beers that would be probably a little more heavy with the mandarin and orange. This is more pineapple, tropical fruit, mango with a little grapefruit, but very good regardless of any grading or anything. It's very enjoyable. So I would recommend it. So anyway, guys, today's beer dissection from Captain Lawrence Brewing Company called Citra Dreams. I think it's pretty readily available if you have your local beer store. You're not going to find this in your local grocery store like I do with some of my Sam Adams compilation packs or Saranac. I don't think they have shelf space there, but this is there again, double dry hopped with Citra hops. So remember, with dry hopping, after primary fermentation's done, usually 3 to 5 days before packaging, they'll put a charge of hops in there to kind of increase the aroma to the beer. Now, again, I'm not going to get into biotransformation. Sometimes it stimulates fermentation a little bit, but mostly for that boost of aroma, maybe a little flavor with the hopping, with the dry hop. So this is double dry hop. So they're probably hitting 2 extra charges towards the tail end of fermentation. But whatever they're doing a good job with it, in my opinion. Okay, so this is Citra Dreams from Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. Good first impression for me. Until the next beer dissection or beer video in general, guys, have a great day. Take care.